Yo, what is going on, homies? It's your boy Stump back for the OPTC video, and in today's video, we're diving into the 10-star Kizuna Clash against Bartholomew Kuma with some boosted teams. Now, I did some summons on part 1 and part 2 of the Kizuna banners. I did manage to pick up Shirahoshi and Fukaboshi, so in today's video, we are including those particular characters. We're also going to talk about substitute options if you are, say, missing Shirahoshi, or if you are missing Fukaboshi, or if you pulled Don, Sai, and Leo, where you can basically substitute those particular characters in. Obviously, if you have the new legend Don, Sai, and Leo, they are the highest booster, and in today's video, we are utilizing a Don, Sai, and Leo as a friend captain. So this guy right here is going to give you the most amount of tickets. They're going to give you more super boss drops, so you definitely want to bring them as a friend captain. If you have them, like your own version, you definitely want to bring them as your captain as well, as they are basically just built for Super Boss and the 10-star event, which is crazy. Fukaboshi is going to give 1.3 times tickets. Shirahoshi is giving 1.2 times. So you do want to try and include her on the main fight teams, not as a sub. So that way you can just sort of build up as many tickets as possible until basically the damage does start to run out. So as I mentioned, today's focus is tickets. We are using the boosted characters. And like I said, we will substitute some characters here and there when we can. Starting off, we have the Dex variation, and obviously the recommended characters are the recommended characters. We have Fighters, Powerhouse, and Strikers getting all the good stuff. On Battle 2, you get 3 turns of an attack down if you're below a 2.75 chain, 3 turns of defense up, and 1 turn of an attack down if you use any type orb. So they kind of want you to use a Sai and Leo special on this particular turn, but when you're only bringing 1 Sai and Leo, it can be a little bit challenging because you really want to use their pseudo double special on the final stage. On the final stage, Kuma has all the blow-away shenanigans. They're weak to Strikers, so ideally, you want to build out striker-based teams. 7 turns of attack down, normal attacks only. 3 turns of a chain lock at 1.1. All type orbs become unfavorable. Left column blind for 10 turns, 7 after sockets. All orbs get turned to unfavorable. And then for 6 turns, when attacking with any of like Rainbow, Semler, Wano, Bomb, Super Bomb, Recovery, you are going to get a 90% attack down. So you can still use tandem orbs here. That's still going to work. But like, some other characters that can sort of just like give you tandem orbs in that kind of regard. There's also a full immunity for everything except defense down. And if you use any slot changing ability, you are going to get a full board of block slots. And this just happens every single time. So as I mentioned, like, unless you can find like a support that's going to give you a full board of tandem orbs, it's going to be a little bit hard to actually get that without the interrupt being triggered. And they don't give you, well, actually they give you a full board of unfavorable slots. So I guess you could run like a Sanji with the German support. Like that's something that you definitely could do as well. But as for the team that we put together, it looks a little bit like this. We are using the Memories of the Straw Hat Nami as a captain, and then we have the Fukaboshi and Shirahoshi on the team. We then have Luffy, Yamato, and then Zoro with the Tashiki support. Zoro is pretty much replaceable with anyone that can move defense up. I just included Zoro here because he can just bink turn 1 as well. Like you can double special. Just going to make things a little bit faster, and he's not really doing anything else for the team anyway. On turn 2, the Brook support is going to trigger. You're also going to get the Tashigi defense up removal, so that's going to work out quite nicely. And the idea is utilizing the Nami special to give us a chain boundary for 2 turns. She gives the full board of tandem orbs as well. But again, like if you use her special on the final stage, like it's going to have the interrupts, which is a little bit annoying. But with her special, you get 2 turns of a chain multiplicative starting at 3.0, maxing at 30 times. Very, very nice stuff. Then you can use her super type because we have Luffy and we have the Zoro character to give 1 extra turn, so that way you can carry it into the final stage, and that way you don't have to use the Don, Sai, and Leo special on this particular turn. I believe it's Fukaboshi who actually starts with, where is it? No, I think it's the Shirahoshi. Is it the Shirahoshi? This Shirahoshi. She has a Sailor ability that allows your top row to start with Sai orbs, so that way you actually get 2 rainbow orbs on your captains at the start of the quest. Make sure that you keep that rainbow orb on Sai and Leo, so that way you actually can get their pseudo double special. So on turn 2, basically you're going to Bing Zoro for turn 1, Bing Zoro turn 2, start the chain, use the Nami special and superclass, and then start the chain with Zoro, making your way around and finishing with Don, Sai, Leo. You should kill before you actually get there, but at the end of the day, that's pretty much how it's going to operate. As for the final stage, we're going to get around the attack down thanks to Fukaboshi. If you guys don't have this Fukaboshi unit, what you can easily do is you can substitute Fukaboshi with the waifu trio Then use the Brook support on the waifu trio, move Luffy and Yamato to your captain slot, and then replace Nami with something like Kid and Law. Kid Law you can use on turn 2. They're going to give you a 3-turn chain boundary effect. And that way you're still getting your defense up removal and all that fun stuff. If you guys don't have Shirahoshi, because we want to use Shirahoshi on the final stage, she's going to give us a full board of Psy slots, which Psy and Leo turn into Rainbow Orbs. That way you don't have to worry about the orb manipulation, where it gets reverted back to block slots. You can just use Shirahoshi Metro. Shirahoshi Metro is just a straight stand-in for this particular Shirahoshi. You're also getting a chain boost there as well, which is nice. Luffy Yamato, they're going to give you the color affinity buff with their super swap, but you kind of want to like overwrite that with something like Kuma. If you don't have Kuma, you can literally just use their color affinity buff because like they're going to be fine. And then you can use the special to get a orb buff, increased damage taken, and then the pseudo double special of Donsai and Leo is going to give you what's it called? It's going to give you the attack boost and advantageous type, as well as a conditional damage reduction buff. The bind gets taken care of thanks to Sai and Leo as a captain. They just override that. They give you 6% damage reduction, which is a little bit annoying because like I'd want to use the Luffy Yamato final tap, but at the end of the day, it's really not that big of a deal. If you really, really want to, nah. Dante Leo's like damage reduction conversion buff isn't as good as what Luffy Yamato's final tap is, but if you really want to, you can use that on turn 2, I guess, and then that way you can get like a bigger final tap depending on what your final tap level is. I'll have to do some testing and see what works best. But basically the moral of the story here is if you have your own Donsai and Leo, you just bring Donsai Leo over Nami. That way you can bypass the defense up. You can completely replace Zoro. Luffy Yamato is a great option. You can run something like Uta then if you are running Donsai Leo for like an attack and an orb boost. That's a really, really good shout. But for now, this is what I'm doing here. But remember, great substitute options for Fukaboshi is the waifu trio, great substitution for Shirahoshi, Shirahoshi Mancherry, and then obviously bringing your own Donsai Leo is going to take care of turn 2 very easily. Moving on to the strength variation now. The recommended characters are the recommended characters. Again, powerhouse fighters and strikers get all the good stuff. On turn 2, you get a full board of Psy Orbs, 1 turn of defense up, 2 Orb Rainbow Barrier, and then for 3 turns, all your type orbs will be attacking for a 90% reduction. On level 30 plus, Kuma's immune to the blow away stuff. He's weak to strikers. He gives you 7 turns of attack down, 4 turns of burn, normal attacks only, and then only allows you to do 90% of his HP as damage. So very annoying stuff there. I did miss the normal attacks only in one of my previous videos, so apologies about that. But if you could run something like Kaido and just cut the HP and then kill, like it'd be so good. You get more bind on the right-hand column, special reverse for 2 turns, 6 turns of defense up, and then full immunity except defense down. After 1 turn, you take 150,000 damage, and then all orbs are turned to block, so you kind of want to bring rainbow orbs here. And then there's more normal attacks only, which I don't understand why they add more normal attacks only when we already have normal attacks only. But team looks like this. The idea is utilizing Yamato and her final tap. Again, you have the damage reduction conversion buff from Donsai and Leo, so like bringing Yamato might not be the best option. A really good another character for this fight is Uta, because you can get around the special reverse. And if you guys don't have Fukaboshi, like she's just a fantastic character to just substitute Fukaboshi with, and then run as a leader, and that way you just don't have to worry about the special reverse at all. But utilizing Donsai and Leo as a friend captain here, we are getting Rainbow Orbs on turn 2, thanks to their captain ability turning Sai into Rainbow. Nami and the Brook support take care of the defense up on that stage. And basically you can just tap through with those Rainbow Orbs and you can just kill turn 2. Like, there's nothing really happening here. If you just bring Donsai and Leo as a captain or a friend captain, you're going to be absolutely fine. On the final stage, to get around the attack down, we have Fukaboshi. To get around the burn, we have Shirahoshi. Shirahoshi can give you a full water Sai Orb, so the Perispera support is going to lock all of those orbs into, what's it called? Basically just lock all those orbs, so that way when you go to turn 2, you are going to be absolutely fine. Fukaboshi gets the tandem orb too, so you can activate the super tandem ability. Not that that really matters that much, but because most people are going to have Donsai Leo at level 1, but look, it's more damage at the end of the day. Yamato's going to get increased damage taken. She's going to be color affinity. Nami's chain boosting and base stats, and then I brought Ace and Luffy because they are a 2-turn orb buff rainbow, so you could get rainbow orb buffing abilities for 2 turns, which is really, really nice. So that way you don't have to worry about the revive and how, well, not the revive, the second turn, and having enough damage to actually take that down. You can even save like the Nami special for that second turn, depending on what your damage looks like on turn 1, because remember, you're going to have the attack boost, chain boundary, and advantageous type from the pseudo double special of Leo and Sai. And you're also going to have the super tandem ability and whatnot as well. So, and color affinity and what's it called? Increased damage taken, because the color affinity that Yamato gives is actually for strikers. So really, really nice stuff there. That's basically the plan of what I've got covered for the boosted base teams. But again, remember, if you don't have Fukaboshi, just use the waifus, use the Brook special on support on the waifus, and then replace Nami with something like Uta to get the special reverse. Shirahoshi, again, Shirahoshi is just going to be a straight swap in for this particular character, and it's just going to do an amazing job where this Shirahoshi does, because she also removes burn. So that's going to wrap up the video though. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, bell like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one.